It is my honor to introduce the Reverend Canon Imad Zoorob. Imad was born in Lebanon. He graduated from the Near East School of Theology in Beirut in 1997. And since then, he has served as rector of All Saints Church in Beirut for both the Arabic and the English-speaking international congregations. Imad also serves as director of St. Luke's Rehabilitation Center for Children with Disabilities in the village of Beit Mery, a mostly Christian village in the hills overlooking Beirut. As you all know, All Saints Church is less than a mile from the devastating explosion that occurred last month. The blast killed almost 200 people, injured more than 6,000. 70,000 homes were destroyed or damaged, leaving more than 300,000 people homeless. It destroyed 3 hospitals and damaged several others. And all of this destruction and human suffering comes at a time when Lebanon was already struggling with the coronavirus, with political instability, widespread protests, a fragile economy. Before you got on, we were talking about the currency. The Lebanese currency has lost 80% of its value. And high rates of poverty, unemployment, and food insecurity, and an ongoing conflict with neighboring Israel. Well, we're privileged to have Father Imad with us today. I want to thank him for taking time to speak with friends and supporters in the U.S. when he's managing disaster recovery and relief efforts and ministering to his congregation during these unimaginably difficult times. So thank you, Imad, and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm pleased to see you all, to meet with you, and of course, greetings from our diocese, especially from Archbishop Sohail and Bishop Hussam, and mainly and especially a great thank you and greeting from Lebanon and from the people that, like Mr. John said, they suffered a lot. So thank you, and it's nice to know that people still care.
Thank you. We do care, and I'd like to start, Imad, by just could you tell us where you were when the explosion happened and what it was like to be in the middle of such a catastrophe and chaos?
Yeah, unfortunately, because of COVID-19, there's no church, no St. Luke's. So I took my family to the south because we have a piece of land where we are shut from the outside, and they can play, they can do whatever. They're 14 and 15. But on Wednesday, on that day especially, we went back to Beirut, passing by the church and then going back home. And if you want me to tell you about the incident and what happened, it's something. If you're further than from the explosion, you'll experience something else. Those who were near, they felt the explosion and everything, the disaster. But because we are a bit further, like 4 or 5 miles from it, first of all, we felt the earthquake, like a heavy earthquake, like 7 degrees or 8 degrees maybe, that shook us, and the building kept wobbling for like 5 seconds or 6 seconds. So I rushed inside. My kids were playing and firing. What is this? I said, I think earthquake. Then they started looking on the WhatsApp and to see what happened. And then the big wave of, the compressed air, I don't know what you call it. It's like an elastic band. it took us and threw us in the air, like so. It was a real experience, and as I've said, because we were a bit far, my house, we experienced both an earthquake, like an earthquake, and then this heavy wind that grabbed us and threw us in our flat. So really, it was not easy.
Been terrifying. Tell us, Imad, so how has the All Saints community been affected, but the congregation and the church?
Mentally, let's say, psychologically, where we Lebanese, we all, if I have much time, I'll tell you what our experience. And for me, you'd be amazed if I tell you it was easy for me, and it's nothing, this explosion, because all my life I've experienced much more than this. And saying that, we had in our mentality that all this depression, all this, since childhood, my teenage was ripped from me. It was stolen from me. I don't know my teenage. I haven't experienced my teenage. I was living in shelters all my life, all my teenage at least. I don't know electricity. Skipping schools, like every year, like I had 2 or 3 months in the school. So it was really something. All my life was really something. So having said that, all my good wishes is for my kids to learn not to experience what I have experienced all my life. And in our mentality as Lebanese, we always think that of course we suffered all our lives, this and that, and ridiculous things, but it's affecting all of us. And politics is very dirty. So we said that we will reach to a point that we will, feel at ease, and we will enjoy our lives, let's say. Then COVID-19 came. We said, okay, it's universal. Then the economical situation, where imagine like people like my dad, for example, he worked all his life for 50 years, and then he got his pension, everything. Now he can't take any penny of it, because all the banks, they took the money, and we have nothing. And all the wages, it's nothing. For example, if my father used to take like $200 or $2,000 or $3,000, now it's equivalent to $500, maybe $500. Imagine, because in Lebanon everything is in dollars. So, having said this, we think mentally that we need to have time. Maybe we will reach that moment that we will be at ease. And then this blast came, and till now, chaos in Lebanon, in Beirut, chaos, politics, because of the politics, and politics. So this is what devastates us, not the explosion. Of course, the explosion affected many, but you will hear people, especially those people who say, when do we rest? When do we have this rest? When do we feel at ease? Because we suffered a lot. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Imad. Yeah, I mean, I've heard reports of that people have felt that their lives and their situations were so desperate that they continue to protest in really unsafe ways with the coronavirus, just because they felt desperate and they needed to let the world know. So given the financial crisis and then this tragedy on top of it and the coronavirus, are there positive signs of hope? Where do the Lebanese people find hope today?
For me, I don't find hope. Only with God, of course. Yani. God is always our hope. Because of God, yani, we are stronger and we are bearing everything. But believe me, I don't know how would you take this. But for me, it doesn't matter what happens. But I have my children. You know, I used to think like this when I was like 35 years old, yani, where I should be enjoying life. But well, now all my concentration is on my kids. I need my kids to have to experience my life, and I'm not seeing any hope here in Lebanon. I'm sorry to say this. I love Lebanon, I adore, but the problem is that we have many heads. You have one, a president. We have many heads here, and the president has no jurisdiction here. It was ripped from him, so it's up to the heads of the sects, different sects. You have 4 sects, 5 sects, so everyone has his people. That is why demonstrations will not affect, will not do anything, nothing. If the Christian party goes to the ground, the other party will come against, and the other party. So it won't. And those heads, where they are backed from the people, their people, everyone has his own people, own identity cards, own colors. So they're ripping the people. Imagine. And this situation is very good, healthy for them, because, let me tell you, during the elections, like 20 years ago or 17 years ago, they paid the people with T-shirts. People, they love to vote for others, but because this party gave them T-shirts, they voted for them. Imagine how poor are the people here. And politics and sectism is killing us. They are ripping us, they are stealing from us, and we can do nothing. Nothing can be done. So where is hope? I don't know. hoping for, for me, I'm planning for my kids to leave.
To leave Lebanon?
Yeah. No future.
That's very sad. Yeah.
Yeah, really, indeed.
So I did want to have you tell us a little bit about St. Luke's, which is, I've never had the opportunity to visit. I was telling Imad before the call, I tried to travel to Lebanon last year, and it was just too difficult. But it is by all accounts a remarkable institution. And when you think about all that's going on in Lebanon and how hard it is just to get by, this center serves extremely vulnerable children and young people who have disabilities. It really is, I'm sure for them, a center of hope. So I'd love to have you tell us just a little bit about St. Luke's and where it is today in terms of opening and when you think children will be able to return. That would be very helpful.
Yeah, of course. St. Luke's for challenged kids. It was founded in 1964. It's a boarding school also, and we take care of mentally challenged kids, not physical, from age 4 till it depends if whenever as long as we can help them, they will stay. even till now we have like 2 or 3 kids who are fully employed in our institution because they can manage. Like I've said, we are a boarding school. We teach the children. We have a special curriculum, which is our own, and we help. We help all the sects. It's not specialized for the Christians. We have different varieties, even with the employees. We don't focus on any percentages. We don't have this in our mentality. Wherever you did this to me, to everyone, you did this to me, like Jesus said. So this is our goal. This is the goal of St. Luke's. And I'll be frank with you. I'll be totally frank. Even inside the church, people, they say, why don't we open a school? A school will have an income or whatever. This mentality is very old, So we said, no, this is our main goal. This is our goal. If we don't do, the most important thing in our diocese, let's say, in the churches all over the world, this act of helping needy children, helping old age people, serving, and then think about the income, think about, I don't know. So St. Luke's is for this purpose, helping everyone, not the Christian, not the evangelicals or the Anglicans, helping everyone. And I was director since 2002 over there, and we do a lot of stuff. The income from the government, they're applying the income of 1993, 95. Imagine, and as if we're living in 1995 still, and they pay us on daily basis. Let's say, they of course every 3 months they pay us, for taking care of the kids, but on the base of 1995. Imagine. Now this is our problem. We have the COVID-19. We have the economical situation, and the money that, and still they are 1 year due, and they didn't pay us a year ago, and all our money we're spending from our own money, and the bishop is sending us money, and he's taking care of the employees. So we're living in 1995 with the government. Imagine. Now if they pay us, I don't know if this will help buy food. Let me give you an example. It's a bit confusing, but for us Lebanese, we used to buy a jar of milk, let's say, for 10,000. 10,000 is like $6. Now we'll pay like 90,000. Imagine, from 10,000 to 90,000. It is equivalent, let's say, to $50 in our old accounts. Of course, it's the same in dollars now, but they don't pay us in dollars. We're Lebanese, they pay us in Lebanese liras. So this is really frightening. We're following all of them, the parents, the children. We have like 57 children, of course, girls and boys, and they they stay on, and they live on weekly basis. The boarding, they stay for the whole week, and on Friday they live with the daily children. And now, the most thing that we can do is call them. Of course, we're doing all the tutoring on Facebook. We're tutoring them on Facebook, of course, following the parents, because they're suffering a lot, of course, and we're doing our best to maintain, but it is really difficult. Our children, when they leave on the weekend, when they come back on Monday, you need to revise everything, and to work. You spend the whole year teaching them something, and when they go to their homes, and like I've said, some people, they are very poor, others, they don't care. They just throw their children in the institution and they will leave. We have a lot of children, the same clothes that they come back, not bathed, not taken care, bitten, a lot of stuff. This is what makes us so sad, because we know that only 20% of the parents, they take care of their children. The others, nothing. Well, you can think of the worst. So now they took us like 5 years back. We need to work more and from the beginning on them. Yeah.
Well, we thank God for St. Luke's, and we hope that you can open again soon for these children who.
Thank you.
Your ministry. So I know that the church was damaged, and I know that you play, the church plays an important role in obviously the lives of its congregation, but probably people beyond just your congregation. Can you tell us a little bit about what you are able to do to help both the congregation and your neighbors that are in need, and how can your friends in America help you?
Yeah, as you've mentioned, I'm a vicar of All Saints, the Arabic and the Arabic and English-speaking congregation. Also, I'm responsible for All Saints Church in Syria. Concerning our church, thank God, no one was hurt, and of course, mentally, I can talk for hours. Let's see, but physically and their homes, well, thank God, we took care of them, and they're not that huge numbers, no, but we helped through you. We helped many families. A couple of or 4 of them, their houses were badly ruined, but the others, like a glass here, a window here, so it's good. But what is affecting them is socially, economically. This is the long run here in Lebanon, and we need to focus on this, I guess. So not I guess, I'm sure, because I told you the economical situation, how it's affecting us. People who are poor here, I don't know now where they are. We're praying. The government till now, they're paying money for flour, let's say. They're backing up the flour. That's why the laws are in a good, you don't pay much for a bread of flour, but sooner this will end, the money will end, and they're talking about this, like the gasoline, like everything else. So people later on, they will have difficulties in paying for a bread of loaf. Now, let me give you an example. Meat for us now, it's like something from from outside, yani. So this is what is affecting us. We lived, like I've said, we lived all our lives in shelters. Now, at the end of our lives, we're hoping for something, like my father. Yani he worked all his life, and now he is in a state where he should enjoy his life. People are being kicked out of their, businesses. Their money was taken from them, and I don't know. People are begging here. Yani. I'm sorry to say this. So, if you want to concentrate, we need to concentrate on the economical situation of the people. Yeah. Can I give you an example? We have someone in our church, and I guess he's he's too close to commit suicide, but I'm helping him through the church, not me, with any mean that I can. And this is the case of many here in Lebanon. It is difficult to bring money in. For example, every month I'm finding a way to bring to have my wages. Also, I told them not to give it to me through bank for like 4 or 5 months, because we didn't know how to bring it in. And you have this extra thing also. If they want to, let's say, pay you $1,000, if you want, let's say, to send someone here $1,000, so you go to the bank and you send the bank here in Lebanon $1,000. So they won't give me or anyone the $1,000. They will multiply it with 1,500. The old accounting, and they will give it to me like 1,500 liras. But if you go to the street, it's equal to 8,000. And the stores everywhere, they don't speak in Lebanese liras, they speak in dollars. They speak in dollars. Of course, we are Lebanese, but they don't, for me, a Lebanese, now I'm 50 years old. If I see a shoe in a store and I look at it and I read like 15,000 Lebanese, I turn it to dollars to understand how much the price is. I'm a Lebanese. So imagine this. This is where they took us. And now this is what is happening to us. If you come and visit Lebanon, you'll cry, because Lebanon is a wonderful place. It's a piece of heaven on earth. Yeah. Me, I'm not leaving. I'm serving here. I'm serving the church. I'm staying here. In the worst situations, I went to Syria to serve the people over there. I'm never leaving, but I will not leave my children here.
I want to thank you, Imad, for joining us and spending time with us. It's been fascinating, sad, very sad to hear about the reality in Lebanon directly from someone who's living it. But we want to thank you for all that you're doing. Thank you for joining us. We will keep you in our prayers, and we will continue to do whatever we can to support you financially and with hope. We have hope for you and for your congregation for Lebanon.
Thank you. And I hope, please pray for us, pray for St. Luke's especially, for the opening, and hope that we can maintain this work, because like I've said, the money that we get from the government, I don't know if it's enough even for food for the children. So I need your prayers. Thank you very much, and thank you for being on our side and praying for us and taking care of us. Thank you very much.